Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's get into the MLB action Thursday, April 17th. Let's get it going. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us here at TBM Sports, where a little shorter card. We will break down all of the Thursday action. I'll go through each game in this video. Yesterday, we'll do a quick recap as well and get you on your way. All right, so this was a very, very interesting Wednesday as we look back at the card. 2-2 was our official record on the plays that I did give out. The unfortunate thing was we did get kind of the Nationals. The handicaps were correct. The handicaps were dead on. The Pirates leading up till the explosion I think they had in the 8th inning, they did not plate a run. It was 1-0 late in that game, and if you would have told me that the Washington Nationals were held scoreless going against the pitcher for the Pirates, this was a dead-on handicap, okay? The Nationals just did not get off the bus. It's okay. We'll kind of chalk that one up, tip the cap to the Pirates for getting that one done. And then the late night affair within the Dodgers and Rockies, outstanding first inning, right? 7-1. And I came this close to kind of making a post because there was a lot of people that did not like the Dodgers on the run line. So shout out to the ones who did take the over. That ended up being the right play in that affair. And then obviously the late run that clinched, it kind of destroyed our run line as the Dodgers won 8-7 against the Rockies, and kind of screwing us, if you will, for a lack of better words, within the 8-6 we had late in that game. It's very, very unfathomable to me that the Dodgers did not continue to score outside of just 2 frames where they were able to plate runs. But hey, it's baseball. That's why we love it. That's why we bet it. And that's why we're going to be here every day talking about it, because it does not get much better than this. Okay, so let's get into the picks for today and kind of get into my best bets. We're going to be mixing it up a little bit here. So something that we don't do on the channel. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for parlays. We'll start working on that, and maybe I'll find a way to incorporate that into the premium kind of features we have coming. But this is kind of where you look into the bets today. We're going to be featuring some props, okay? We're going to get a little bit off kind of the usual, right? Not that I'm not a prop bettor. It's just early on in the season. I like to stay away from it, just being honest. But let's get into the plays for today as we look into the first game. And that's going to be one where we are going to use Outlier to break this all down. Links down below in the links down below in the description if you want to start the 7-day free trial. Start betting with Outlier. I'll show you guys some of the stuff that it does provide in the prop market. Really is a truly invaluable asset to me, and when I do my daily research and finding the best number available as well. Okay, Seattle and Cincinnati. This is where we're going to look into the first game. Now, this is a very interesting matchup for a couple reasons, okay? And also, guys, I wanted to kind of preface this video by saying we have kind of an interesting card today, because we have some noon games, some getaway games here. 3 games that will be at 12:10, 12:35, 12:40, respectively, on the East Coast. So keep that in mind. Make sure you have that notification bell turned on and subscribed, so that way when I do post this video, you get the best number available. Okay. The first game, like I said, Cincinnati hosting the Seattle Mariners. We're going to look at right here. The Reds are -105 here on the money line. Why this is important? Well, we do get Brady Singer for the Redlegs, and he's been very impressive with his starts with the Reds, 3-0 in the win column. So this is where you look for that streak to continue. One of my kind of sayings in baseball is you never bet against a streak to end. However, the odds makers do catch up to it. But Seattle's been kind of more so, in my opinion, they've been doing a better job of plating runs. Now, they're away from their home ballpark, where we do kind of get that narrative where they do hit the ball a little bit more efficiently. This is a play on the Reds for a couple reasons. First off, they lost yesterday. Second off, Brady Singer's going. And thirdly, I do look for if Emerson Hancock does go for the Seattle Mariners, it's going to be kind of interesting. He didn't even make it out of the first inning in his debut, and he's slated to go in this spot. We'll see if he actually does get the nod. If you have any official data on that, let me know down below in the comments. But as of now, he's seemingly looking to be getting the bump, in this start against the Reds, and we're going to fade it, okay? We're going to fade Emerson Hancock. We're going to take all those narratives that I did provide. The splits for Brady Singer are impressive, and it's something where we're going to take the Reds on the Reds on the first 5 at -115. Okay, so that's the best number available. We're going to play the Reds first 5. That way we don't have to worry about the bullpens. And, if Brady Singer does get that win, which you can find that one pretty decent as well, it's something where I think they'll take care of business early on in this game. So give me the Reds at home, bounce back game, losing 5-3 yesterday. I think that they will get enough run support early. So give me the Reds on the first 5 money line, -115. Okay. Next game, we're going to go up for a little bit. The Diamondbacks and the Marlins. This is one where the Marlins bats have been kind of impressing me lately. The Diamondbacks, pardon me. The Diamondbacks bats, 4th in the run column. If we want to talk batting averages, okay, that's where the Diamondbacks are 4th in a lot of offensive categories. 259 on the season, going against the Marlins as the Marlins roll out Edward Cabrera. This is going to be kind of an interesting one. Okay, this is not the best pitcher in the game, right? Last outing, 5.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs allowed. Get some Ks, but it's something where I do worry about walks with him. I think this Diamondbacks lineup, the game is priced fairly honest as we see the Diamondbacks coming in as -154 road favorites. A little bit too much for me to get involved. That's why we're going to pass, but this is a play that did interest me quite a bit, as I do look for the Diamondbacks to really catch their stride, 11-7 on the season. Okay, Nationals Pirates. This is going to be another interesting one. We talked a little bit about yesterday how the Nationals were unable to score just 1 run in 9 innings, going against a pitcher where they should have dominated. I do look for them in a bounce back spot. If I was going to talk about this game, I think the under 7.5 is in play. I know that we saw the Pirates score six runs yesterday. And I think it ended up actually being 6-2, if my memory serves me correct. But anyways, they do roll out Andrew Heaney, and it's something we're going against the Nationals here. I favor the Pirates again, -122 on the money line. I think that's exactly what the number should be. I lean towards the conversation that the Nationals will bounce back. I just don't trust their pitcher enough, and I think that eventually the Pirates, we got to call a spade a spade. They cannot hit the baseball. I could see this being a dud, and Heaney kind of doing a little bit of damage against the Nationals. Lefties, they got a lot of lefties they deploy in the lineup. I could see this being an issue as the Nationals potentially score 3-4 runs, and the Pirates, I don't really trust them offensively. So I would look to the under 7.5, but no official play. Okay. Next one is the Athletics and the Chicago White Sox, and the Chicago White Sox 4-13. I think them and the Colorado Rockies could have a little bit of a battle here to see who's the worst team in baseball thus far, and that's kind of where we look into kind of the storyline here. Davis Martin going against Jack Sears. I think this is something, or JP Sears. This is something where I do look for the Athletics to kind of have a very, very outstanding performance. Okay, not enough where I trust them. I don't think the price is enough at -1.5 to take the +115. But anywhere close to $1.50, we're going to lay that to win a unit. So give me the Athletics on the road to take down the White Sox. I'm going to lay -154. I'm going to lay 154 to win 1 unit. In that regard, if you are $100 better, that will be an official play where I do think the Athletics just simply get this one done. 2:10 first pitch. Where we're going to take Sacramento, Oakland, Vegas, whatever you want to call them in this spot. Giants and Philly. Now, this is a very interesting game. This is kind of just a watch this game and have fun kind of day for this one. Jordan Hicks going against Christopher Sanchez. Both of these pitchers have been kind of doing better than you would expect. You kind of look into Jordan Hicks. I think that in this game, Philly definitely has the pitching matchup at home. Kind of Christopher Sanchez at home versus the road. Completely different numbers. This is something as well as we look into kind of the game logs for Jordan Hicks. He had some kind of interesting outings, right? 6 innings against Houston. Houston cannot hit the baseball. And then we go back to the last two, 5.1, 4, giving up 8 and 6 hits respectively. Okay. This is one where I do look for Philadelphia to win this game. San Francisco, they're for real. They might be in that category and conversation where we got to talk about San Francisco futures bets because this is a very good ball club early on in the season. Okay. But the Phillies at home -168, it's just a little too pricey for me to get involved. This is a pass for me. If anything, there might be some plus money value on San Francisco +150. I just don't want to get involved of betting and fading Christopher Sanchez in the spot. So this is a pass. Okay. Next game, Cleveland and Baltimore. Baltimore took it to the Guardians yesterday, winning with margin, and now they roll out Shigano going against Tanner Beebe. This is going to be an interesting game because Cleveland, historically, Beebe does pitch well. Look for them to bounce back, but I also kind of lean towards the over in Camden yards, 8.5, minus 115. Look for Cleveland to be able to hit the baseball against Shigano, and I think the Baltimore lineup, they're capable. It's just they're too hot and cold. Okay, they could have 8 runs one day, and they can have 0, 1, 2, or 3 the next. So it's very hard to take a total anything over the 7.5 mark. 8.5 is a little bit risky. But I would definitely lean towards the over 8.5 if we were going to bet this game, but no official play. Okay. Next game, Kansas City and Detroit. Another great matchup. We do get Lorenzen going against Olsen in Detroit. This is a divisional game where we're going to take a stab on a couple props in this game, and this is kind of where we're going to get a little fancy, okay? Vinny Pasquantino for the Kansas City Royals is where we're going to dive into this, and I'm going to pull up this number, and you can see kind of why I like using Outlier. We get a little plus money here in terms of expected value as we look for some margin. This is where it's a very profitable bet if you're looking kind of where he's at from a home run perspective. He's due for a home run, okay? Kind of dating back on the season, if you want to go in 2025, we all know about having that opening day home run against the Guardians. He had one back on the 12th against Cleveland as well. So 2 home runs going against the Tribe. But this is kind of where we look into the last 10 games. He's due for a jack. I think that right now he's going to get, 4, possibly 5 at bats. And I think that right now with the money at plus 870 on FanDuel, it's going to be a 0.1 unit play on a home run prop here with Vinny Pasquantino. Almost a lottery ticket, if you will. This is not a confident play. This is not an expected win. I just think that right now, almost 10-1 odds for Vinny Pasquantino to get a home run. So let's roll the dice a little bit. Take him 0.1 units to get a home run in the game against Detroit, okay? Next play out there, we're going to go Spencer Torkelson, okay? Now, this is a play simply on kind of his recency bias. He's been kind of coming on strong. He's been hitting the baseball very effectively, very efficient and productive there at the plate. And I think this is a plus matchup as we do get Torkelson going against Jared Lorenzen here as we look for kind of Detroit Michael Lorenzen, Jared Lorenzen. Oh, my God. Wow. Cheers. Let's get some coffee going. Shout out to the hefty lefty there. But anyways, we're going to take the Spencer Torkelson RBI prop going over a half RBI. Okay, so he just needs 1 RBI, and we're going to get that at plus money where we get Torque at plus 159 on Caesars. That's some good value. So give me Torkelson. He's hit that in 4 of his last 5. 3 RBIs against Minnesota on the 12th. So let's take a half unit on Spencer Torkelson at plus 159, and let's cash a ticket here on a plus money prop, kind of getting this Thursday going. All right. Back into the overall odds board, let's start running some other games. Yankees in Tampa Bay. This is an interesting one. Kind of don't agree with the number. If you want to get involved, I do think that the Yankees have kind of came back to earth a little bit, and we do get Taj Bradley going for the Rays. I think this is one where it's priced accordingly. Rays at home, minus 110. I just don't trust them offensively enough to hang with the Yankees, but it definitely does seem like the side to be on, but no play for me in this spot whatsoever, okay? Mets Cardinals is the next game where we will have an official play. This is something as we look into it, guys. We will kind of talk about kind of where we're at within a very interesting market here. And I want to find, there is one bet. I'm going to show you guys how to use Outlier because there is a prop that I did miss. But the one that we need to talk about here is the Mets Cardinals, because I do have a play in the game here. Okay. This is kind of where we look into the Cardinals, and I'm going to take them at plus money, plus 105. We're going to go over the total of 3.5. Okay. And that's kind of where I feel that we do get a little bit of a plus money value here, okay, as we take the St. Louis Cardinals going against Canning. And this is something where, as we look into kind of how St. Louis has been operating, I think they're going a little bit sneaky. Andre Palante going for the Cards. I just think that this is a game where we do get some run production against the Metropolitans and St. Louis. We're going to take them over 3.5 team total, like I said, at plus 105. Kind of one of my favorite bets of the day as we talk about kind of the Cardinals overall, and you want to look at some of the stat lines that we do get. Cardinals, #1 in the MLB in batting average. We don't talk about runs scored. Okay, it does kind of correlate a little bit. 5th in the MLB, 94 runs on the season, and this is something where they're getting it done from a lot of angles. Okay, the only thing that they really don't have is the long ball, but in terms of RBIs, hits, batting average, top 5 in #1 in average as we look at that. Slugging percentage as well, 4th in the MLB. So that's kind of where we're going to look into, or I'm sorry, in terms of the slugging percentage, 4th in the MLB at 435. Talk OPS, that's where we're going to look at Cardinals 3rd at 783 as a unit. So I think this is a very nice plus money bet going against a pitching matchup that I think does favor the Cardinals. So instead of taking them plus 120 on the money line, I think we get some good value. All we need is 4 runs. So give me the Cardinals here over 3.5 runs at plus 105 as an official play. Last game is the Angels in Texas. Another game we're going to go over. Okay, we're going to go over 9.5 runs. I know it's a big number. It's a big spot here. Yesterday, we did not get much run production here, but this is something where I do look for the pitching matchup. We get Kumar Rocker going for Texas, and then on the other side, Jack Economic's not so good as well. So this is something where I do see a lot of opportunities offensively for both clubs. So when we talk 9.5, usually it's something where we're going to look into potentially altitude. We're going to look potentially Coors Field. We're going to look into the small AAA ballparks we've been playing in. 9.5 though in the game with Texas and the Angels is something I do favor. So let's take that there at Globe Life Field. Angels, Rangers, let's go over in terms of the 9.5. And if we talk about profitability, the Angels 10-7 to the number, closing numbers for totals. In the Rangers, one of the clubs offensively. And in terms of futures plays, I think the Rangers, like we've been talking about, the Rangers and the Giants are kind of the 2 sleepers I have. I had early on in the season to get it done in the futures market as well. If you guys like betting into that, maybe look into some futures with those 2 teams, but I will go Angels, Texas over 9.5 as my last official play, okay? And then the next one we want to talk about is, this is where we're going to look into a very interesting prop, okay? And you got to forgive me because it does go with the Giants, and this is a player that may be going a little bit under the radar, okay? And I'm going to pull up the numbers here. Sam Fran against Philly, okay? We're going to take Jung Ho Lee. Yes, we are taking Jung Ho Lee. We're going to take him in terms of a player prop. We're going to go total bases. Okay, I think this is a lot of value. And simply put, it's something that has cashed a lot lately. And I'm going to find this here on the total bases prop. If you want to just kind of make it into hits, runs, RBIs, sure, you could do that. But right now, over 1.5 for Jung Ho Lee at plus 170. That's where we're going to take him here to get this one done in a prop market. In the last 7 games, he's hit this in 7. In his last 7 games, he's hit this in 6 of his last 7. Where we take Jung Ho Lee bases going over 1.5. I don't think this is something that is priced right. I think this is way too much value. So give me a half unit on Jung Ho Lee over 1.5 bases at plus 170 to wrap up our official best bets here on the channel. So thanks for following along. Good luck with your plays tonight. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, come over to the Discord, totally free. Links are down below in the description. But just a little quick recap, little 0.1 unit sprinkle on a Vinny Pasquantino bomb at plus 870. That's one that we don't expect to win, but it is a nice little lotto here, almost 10-1 odds. The other props we are taking, Spencer Torkelson to get an RBI, plus 159 on Caesars. Jung Ho Lee over 1.5 total bases at a half unit as well. Cardinals plus 105 over 3.5 total runs as a team. Reds first 5 minus 115 on the money line. In Angels Texas, we're going to go over 9.5 at minus 104. And then the last bet to round out the card, we're going to lay to win 1 unit. So laying 154 with the Oakland Athletics or Sacramento Athletics, Vegas, whatever you want to call them, to beat the White Sox on the road. So give me that to wrap up the card. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your tickets, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.